Hello, everyone. Okay, so your girl is back. She's back. She's here. She's ready to chat because your girl can never shut up. So, and we're friends here. At this point, I think I've put out like 4 or 5 videos. I think we're buddies. We're pals. We're like kind of friendly, we're pals. We're a little comfortable with each other. We're still in that dating stage. I know. I know I'm still trying to wine and dine you. I know I'm trying to show you that I am reliable. I can be enticing. I can be a wonderful companion. Someone you want to stick with for the long haul. But yeah, I think we're having a good time. Hopefully, I'm having a good time. But today, I wanted to talk about tattoos. Now, some of you may not know, or maybe you've seen a little bit about it, but I haven't really spoken about them. I have 2 tattoos. Just got a peek of one of them right here, but I have 2 tattoos, and I got them in 2 different states. None of them New York, which is funny considering the fact that I am from New York. And usually people will get like their first tattoo, maybe like a birthday situation or whatever it is, but I did not. No, I got my first tattoo on a whim. I don't regret it. It was for the experience. I think the only thing I kind of feel a little bit bad about is that my mom and I always spoke about getting like our first tattoos together. But I was like, well, I guess, we'll find out. We'll find out. Because we're going to talk about that today. But yeah, I don't know how you guys feel about tattoos. I think they're great. I love people who have tattoos, who have intricate sort of stuff that means something to them, stuff that doesn't, It's your body. It's how you want to do it. It's none of my business why you don't have something. But I thought I would talk about my tattoo experiences and, talk about why I got them, when I got them, if they have any meaning or not. So yeah, stick with me and we'll see how it goes. Okie dokie, so I'm going to go in chronological order, right? And we're going to talk about my first ever tattoo. It's this bad boy right here. If you see the 13, there's a reason for that. So for people who don't have tattoos or have never gotten a tattoo in that kind of sense,
a lot of tattoo shops, like, ooh, yeah, look at my long muscles. But
a lot of tattoo shops, they do something called Friday the 13th tattoos. So on a Friday the 13th, you can go and get tattooed for $13, and it's a $7 tip. So it's really $20, but, I'm not offended. Obviously, somebody is tattooing you for way less than the actual value, so can't really complain. They give you, they basically do like a bunch of flash sheets and different things that you can get for different little styles, different little cartoons. Some places will do $31 tattoos, the switch of it. And they'll do, tons of different things like that. If you want a more intricate, more expensive kind of tattoo, a little bit bigger, sometimes you can get them shaded in for that amount. It all really depends on where you go and what the whole situation is. So, this bad boy right here is my first tattoo. I got it in 2017. I got it on my first ever real vacation. This was a vacation that I paid for. I planned it with people that I was friends with at the time, and we went to lovely Texas. We went to Austin, Texas. Austin is an incredible city. I would love to go back. It is so beautiful, so cool, very progressive and interesting, and I think their motto is like, keep Austin weird. Like, it's just such an amazing, friendly, fun place. They have live music everywhere. People are begging for you to come inside. And I was in Austin, well, I spent my first 2 days, like a day and a half in Dallas, and then we drove to Austin where we were staying. And I mean, it was just an incredible experience. I went to a lot of shows. I saw like a couple of, relatively well-known artists and some people who weren't as well-known, and you get to see, just lots of gigs and things. It was incredible. But on one of the last days, the people that I was with, it was like 9 o'clock in the morning. We were leaving our hotel, and they were like, we should get a tattoo. It's Friday the 13th. We should get a tattoo to commemorate our time here. And I was the only tattoo virgin in the group. I was also the youngest. I was only 20. And I was like, yeah, why not? Okay. So I called my mom, and I knew she was going to be a little sad because, once again, we were planning on getting like tattoos together. But I was like, just feels right. Like it felt like the right moment to go and get a tattoo and kind of commemorate this experience because I had such a great time and it was fun, and I don't know, it was like my first ever real vacation. Like it was the first time that I got to go somewhere I'd never really been before. I got to go and just have my own personal experience, and it was so cool. But so I called my mom and I was
like, hey, I'm gonna get a tattoo. Don't worry about it. And then I kind of hung
up. But we went to the tattoo place. I'm gonna put my arm down now because, as you can see, I don't have many muscles, so it's starting to hurt a little bit. But we went to that. We Googled a bunch of tattoo places, and then we drove over there. And now, Friday the 13th tattoos, obviously we're not the only people who want an inexpensive, like fun little kitschy tattoo. So there's usually lines of places. You put your name on a list, you have to sign a release form, people call you out, and they call you by name so that you can go in. So I picked this heart, and I picked my bicep just because, I don't know, that's where I wanted to put it. I wanted it in a place where I felt like it would show sometimes, but it wouldn't always show. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted it to be in a kind of, like, subtle place. I'm probably going to fill it in because I don't like the 13. And technically, like, 1/3 is my birthday. So, for all of you astrology nerds out there, yes, I am a Capricorn. Yes, I was born on January 3rd, 1/3. Take that as you will. But I don't like the 13th. Some places like make you get 13 in the tattoo, which I think is kind of porny. I mean, some people like it. It's not the worst thing in the world, but the more I look at it, the more I kind of hate that the 13 is there. So I would rather get just filled and it being like a black heart. But it was my first ever tattoo. The bicep, I don't know, like on a tattoo scale, if the bicep is considered like a painful place or an easy place. I didn't really find it very painful. I have a very high pain tolerance. So, I didn't really move. I didn't really cry. I didn't really feel any kind of way. My face the entire time was just like waiting for it to happen. The dude was very heavy-handed as well. So, I mean, for other people that probably would be like kind of uncomfortable, but I didn't really care. I didn't think it was all that bad. But yeah, it took like less than 5 minutes. The wait period was the longest part, actually, from the tattoo. It wasn't even getting the tattoo. It was waiting in line to get the tattoo. And we were in some like weird shop in Austin. And they had like skateboards and random quotes all over the wall. It was really nice and interesting. But yeah, it took 5 minutes to get the tattoo. It was done. They wrapped it up. And I was like, shit, okay, like I have a tattoo. Oh, damn. And I don't know. I like to consider myself a lover. I am an assertive person. I won't lie. I definitely have an assertive, more extroverted personality. But, at my core, I'm a lover. I love people. I love life. I think I have been very fortunate and lucky in life, and I think that I have a lot of love to give people, so it felt right to get a heart. And I thought it was just kind of like a cute little, you know, fun little tattoo experience that I was going to get. And I told myself my first tattoo was going to be love related. Like, I wanted, like, a love tattoo. I don't know, I just feel like, yeah, I have a lot of love to give. I love people. I think you should always be loving towards people, even if you have to use tough love, or, you know, or you have to love them from afar. You should always do and try to live your life from that kind of place, you know? So, yeah, I love this little bad boy. I need to get it filled. It's been 3 years.
But obviously, if I'm going to get a $13 tattoo, I can't necessarily afford a regular tattoo, so that's why it's not filled yet.
Maybe, honestly, I've been thinking about just buying my own tattoo gun and just filling it in myself, which is probably irresponsible, but I'm good at keeping things clean and, like, nice, so I wouldn't necessarily worry about that, but, yeah, you know, who knows? Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll just buy my own tattoo gun, and we'll see how it goes. The next tattoo that I got is this old bad boy, and I wasn't originally planning on getting another love tattoo. It happened. It was an interest. I mean, you might not think it's interesting, but so I got this tattoo a year later in Los Angeles on another Friday the 13th. At the time, I was with two friends of mine who came to LA to visit. They were going to go to a concert, and yeah, so they kind of made a whole experience about it. They were like, we're going to go to LA to go to a couple shows, and we want to hang out. You live here. We haven't seen you in a while. Let's hang out. I was like, okay, cool, dope. So my friends came, and it was one of the girls' birthdays at the time, and she was like, well, it's Friday the 13th, and it's my birthday, so I have to get a tattoo. I'm in LA. I've never been here before. Let's go. And at first, I didn't know if I was going to get a tattoo. I didn't know if I wanted to get a tattoo. We woke up at like 7 o'clock in the morning because she wanted to be one of the first people there. Because, once again, getting Friday the 13th tattoos, it's a very, very popular thing. People line up to go to these tattoo places. They do all sorts of stuff just to go and get a tattoo. So we went to a place that used to be a hotel that was like converted into a tattoo parlor. And at first I was like, I don't really know. You know, I don't know. I just didn't know if I wanted to get something, if I could find anything that I liked. And I told the girl who was her birthday, I was like, if I see something I like, I'll get it. If not, then I'm not going to get one. So originally I was actually going to get a rose tattoo. And it was just going to be like a nice little rose, like right over here. I've always wanted a rose tattoo since I was younger. Probably like 12 or 13 years old. I've always wanted a rose tattoo. Not a big one, but it was probably like maybe this big. And I wanted to get it right here. And then the birthday girl, the person I was with, at the last minute, she changed her mind and decided to get the same rose tattoo because it was on a sheet. Once again, they give flash sheets. So she decided to get the same rose tattoo. And I was like, I don't want to have a matching tattoo with anybody. Like, this is my tattoo. I've wanted this tattoo for eons. Like, I've wanted this tattoo for so long. And I think in a move of, like, sudden rebellion, I just looked at the tattoo sheet, and this was the one I liked the most. And I was like, I just want to get this one. And then she kind of came over to me and was like,
oh, so did you write down for the rose tattoo?
Kind of to come up to me and say, like, oh, haha, I'm going to get the same one. Now we have matching tattoos. And I was like, oh, no, yeah, I chose love instead. I'm probably an asshole, to be honest. But she looked at me like, she was so salty. I mean, I don't blame her.
I'm sure she thought that we were going to get matching tattoos, but we did not, and we were not.
So I just got this. I really like it now. I mean, it's probably my favorite tattoo out of the two. Once again, I'm a lover, not a fighter, not a hater. it just fits. It fits me. It fits my personality. I love it. I mean,
Love it.
you know, it's just a nice tattoo, and it was done really well. It was done by this dude who, I can't remember his name. He was such a nice guy, very personable. Took, once again, maybe like 5 or 6 minutes. And, I mean, like I said, I have a pretty high pain tolerance, so it didn't really hurt. I think that the closer it got to the bone, it hurt a little bit more. Like, I could feel it more, but it wasn't so bad that I was, like, screaming and crying in pain or anything like that. I was just kind of like,
Ooh, that's a little, I don't like that.
you know, but, it wasn't really that bad. And it was fun, and it was like, I had this tattoo, like, all wrapped up, and then I ended up going to a concert that night, which I wasn't planning on at all. Like, I did not buy a ticket. I had no money. I wasn't gonna go. I was in my underwear, like, in a hotel room at 7:45, you know, and then 15 minutes later, I was, like, in a cab. It's a long story, but my tattoo was, like, so itchy at that point, so I was, like, at the concert sweating, you know, I'm, like, singing and having a good time and enjoying myself, and my tattoo was, like, chafing against this, like, saran wrap, and I was like, oh, this is so fun, but, like, so uncomfortable. But yeah, I mean, I love this tattoo. It was a fun experience. I guess that was a little shady of me for being like, I don't want to have a matching tattoo with you. I think it annoyed me because they didn't ask. They kind of just, like, last minute decided to want to get the same tattoo as me and then didn't tell me. I noticed because we were standing next to each other signing our release forms, and I looked over and she told the person who was setting up everything for the tattoos that she wanted the same one, and that made me so salty. I was like, you didn't say anything, so you were just gonna come and be like, oh, look what a coincidence, we got the same tattoo. Like, that's weird to me. I don't know, I thought that was a little odd. So, like I said, in an act of sudden rebellion, I just decided to get this one, and I love it. It's an amazing tattoo, and it's, you know, my favorite out of the 2 tattoos that I have. And it's just, you know, it's just a good girl. So that's it for me. If you want to hear any more stories about my, honestly, like, probably boring life, let me know. I have a lot more, I guess, experiences. I can always talk about my LA experience of living there. I can talk about, you know, different concerts and stuff related to music. I can really talk about anything. I mean, whatever topics and things that you guys want to hear me ramble on about, I'm willing and I'm able, so please let me know. I hope you guys have such a nice day and stay snazzy.